Humanoids have officially moved out of the research lab and onto the warehouse floor. These machines are executing the complex tasks defining modern logistics. We are watching a transition that mirrors the recent explosion in digital intelligence. Machines are moving away from the cycle of hard-coded, single-task programming and toward neural networks that allow for general-purpose physical adaptability. Yet outside of controlled environments, hardware like the Tesla bot remains standing completely idle. The mechanical capability is there, but the robots still lack the specific coordination required to fold laundry or assist someone with limited mobility. The mechanical body is no longer the primary hurdle. The bottleneck is the lack of a control system capable of interpreting the chaotic, unpredictable nature of a human home. Companies are now funneling billions into the software layers that govern motor control. A flawless mechanical arm is essentially useless without a mind capable of navigating a crowded, changing environment. This ecosystem is currently splitting into two camps: open-source academic consortiums and closed corporate giants, all competing to provide the foundational operating logic for the next generation of machines. In the open-source quadrant, BAAI is developing RoboOS. They utilize the Share Robot dataset, a collection of over 1 million data points that teaches the robot how to translate a spoken human instruction into a precise physical movement. Researchers at MIT's LIDS lab have contributed a different piece of the puzzle, the DAAM framework. This system focuses on spatiotemporal memory, or how a robot understands space over time. DAAM creates a semantic 3D map of a room. This allows a robot to query its own memory and find specific objects, like keys or a phone, based on where it last identified them in the environment. Parallel to this, Google DeepMind's RTX project has demonstrated that a single control model can successfully operate dozens of entirely different robot bodies, proving that physical intelligence can be generalized across hardware. Meanwhile, NVIDIA's GROOT provides a platform for developers to train their own humanoids, while Tesla's Optimus stack is vertically integrated, optimized strictly for deployment within their own automotive factories. The tension between these open academic frameworks and walled garden corporate systems will determine which standards govern the machines we eventually let into our homes. In 2026, the software began incorporating System 2 reasoning. This allowed robots to pause mid-task, analyze why a specific movement failed, and autonomously replan their approach. We can see this in action through vision-language action models like Pi0. When the robot's grip begins to slip, the model processes the visual feedback and immediately recalibrates the motor torques to secure the object. The most difficult part of this process is action Un-Normalization. The software outputs abstract mathematical tokens, raw numbers between -1 and 1. These must be converted instantly into exact joint angles and electrical voltages for the motors. If this mathematical translation is off by a single percentage point, the result is catastrophic. In a real-world scenario, a heavy humanoid would snap its own actuators or crush a fragile object. Reliability in this translation layer is what transforms a neat laboratory demonstration into a machine that can be trusted to physically interact with humans. These breakthroughs provide a concrete roadmap for the next 10 years, charting the path from the factory floor to the living room. Between now and 2029, humanoid robots will dominate industrial work. Household versions will remain expensive, niche items, generally limited to slow, repetitive tasks like folding laundry. 2030 marks a major inflection point. As mass production drives hardware costs below $20,000 per unit, we will see the first widespread deployment of assistive robots. The primary driver here is demographic. In nations like Japan, the rapidly aging population is creating a labor vacuum that manual workers can no longer fill. Governments in aging societies, including Singapore, will likely be forced to subsidize eldercare robotics. It is an economic reality. These machines are becoming a necessary replacement for a shrinking workforce. By the late 2030s, the cost per unit is projected to fall below $10,000. At this scale, the home robot becomes as common as any other major appliance, automating a clear majority of household chores. As the cost of hardware falls, the home robot will move from a luxury to an economic requirement. These machines are the primary solution to the demographic pressures currently building across the globe. The 2020s are the years we solve the intelligence. The 2030s are the years we solve the deployment. History shows that in massive tech shifts, hardware often becomes a commodity, a race to the lowest price. The real power is typically held by the company that controls the standard interface between the software and the metal. Just as Windows dominated the PC and Android captured the phone, the ultimate winner of this decade will be the entity that successfully licenses the standard operating system to every other manufacturer on the market. Which company do you think will win the platform race? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And for more of the science behind the headlines, hit the like button and subscribe to KYC AI Labs.